Hello everyone, welcome to the course NoSQL in Data Science. Data science is one of the emerging areas in nowadays. To handle large amount of data, first we have to store the data. Normal traditional database we can't store large amount of data. The alternative is NoSQL, which stands for not only SQL. The impact of NoSQL in data science. Here we will cover the overview of NoSQL. Before moving to NoSQL, let us see review of traditional databases. Review of traditional databases. First, what is traditional database? Traditional database is the structured data that is being majorly maintained by all types of business, all types of businesses, starting from very small to big organizations. In the traditional database system, a centralized database architecture is used to store and maintain the data in a fixed format or fields in a file. For managing and accessing the data, structured query language, that is SQL, is used. That is about traditional databases. While coming to the comparison of traditional databases versus big data. In traditional databases, data is generated in enterprise level, whereas big data is generated outside the enterprise level. In traditional databases, its volume ranges from gigabytes to terabytes, whereas in big data, its volume ranges from petabytes to zettabytes or exabytes. In traditional databases, second traditional database system deals with structured data, whereas in big data system deals with structured, semi-structured and unstructured databases. Whereas in traditional databases, data is generated per hour or per day or more, whereas in big data, data is generated more frequently, mainly per seconds. In traditional database, data source is centralized and it is managed in centralized form, whereas in big data, data source is distributed and it is managed in distributed form. Then data integration is very easy in traditional database, whereas in big data, data integration is very difficult. In traditional database, normal system configuration is capable to process traditional data, whereas in big data, high system configuration is required to process big data. In traditional database, the size of the data is very small, whereas in big data, the size is more than traditional data size. In traditional database, tools are required to perform any database operation, whereas in big data, special kind of database tools are required to perform any database schema based operation. In traditional database, normal functions can manipulate data, whereas in big data, special kind of functions can manipulate data. Then in traditional database, its data model is strict schema based and it is a static. Whereas in big data, its data model is a flat schema based and it is a dynamic. In traditional database is stable and interrelationship, whereas big data is not stable and unknown relationship. Traditional database is in manageable volume, whereas in big data is in huge volume, which becomes unmanageable. Traditional database is easy to manage and manipulate the data, whereas in big data is difficult to manage and manipulate data. Traditional database data sources includes enterprise resource planning, transaction data, customer relationship management, transaction data, financial data, organizational data, web transaction data, etc. Whereas in big data, its data sources include social media, device data, sensor data, video, images, audio, etc. Yeah, this is briefing of traditional databases versus big data. This is about review of traditional databases.